Burn them bow down, Michael Dillon heat drum, but the bow wow. Oh yeah, let me see my fat ass down, boy.
Welcome.
God, I love that I can cuss
In the first 7 seconds.
because all the platforms we put this on. YouTube's the only one that's like a bitch, and they're like, oh,
that we put this on, yeah.
yeah, don't cuss in the first 7 seconds, and I'm just like, why would you make me time my vocabulary, buddy?
For advertisers.
Welcome back to another episode of Mike and Dylan
Hating.
Drama, the only place where, accidental racism is welcome.
Is that the only place?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't see a lot of signs these days. So
Signs?
Yeah.
Like
I think the crazy.
whites only?
What do you mean?
Whites only signs or what signs?
No, that's not accidental racism. That is racism on purpose. I don't like that. All right. I just like, imagine a world. I want you to also imagine, listener. Imagine a world. Close your eyes. All right. Unless you're at work and around heavy machinery, then yeah, on a forklift or something. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open so you don't.
Just imagine that you're closing your eyes.
Yeah, imagine that you're closing your eyes, okay? And you have a white guy, a black guy, an Asian guy. It's like a Netflix show, okay? And everybody is sitting around talking shit about each other. The black guy's talking about how the white guy doesn't, season his
food.
His food, which, look, I think that is a Northeast white thing. Because they talk about raisins and potato salads. I've never had that. I have went to a, what do you call it? It's the ham place.
Ham place?
Mm-hmm. Honey baked ham?
Honey baked ham?
Yeah. I went there and I got some chicken salad. And the chicken salad was like for, like a pint of it was like $13. And I was happy and I opened it up and that bitch had dates in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look, when in Rome, and I took a bite. And I was promptly returning that chicken salad. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like how about when I order some chicken fucking salad instead of putting it on a menu? Say, hey, chicken salad, throw that wit in there with dates. How about have that as like a second option?
Well, I mean, that's what all Chick-fil-A salads are like with fucking, mandarin oranges and fucking blueberries and cranberries.
Are you talking about in their fruit cup?
No, in their salads.
In their salads?
Yes. The ones that my wife gets always have like a bunch of fruit in the fucking salad. And I'm like, why would you put fruit in a salad?
But look, when you're ordering a salad, obviously, like, I guess throw whatever in there. I don't give a fuck.
See, I think it's just a specific group of white people that falls into. Because I was from the Northeast and my mom's
but you were from the country. Like, we have talked about this, that yes, there are...
But my mom's flavor of choice was put bacon and cheddar cheese and everything. So, like, and I'm sorry, but, like, Southern people's potato salad is trash. It's, like, got mustard in it and it's gross. That's garbage. My mom's potato salad has bacon and cheese in it. You put
That's a loaded potato salad.
No, it's just a fucking potato salad.
No, it is not. That's a loaded...
That's how all potato salads should come, because...
Well, I also enjoy the one that has,
mustard in it.
Mustard, onion, it has relish in it, egg. And there's loaded potato salad, and then there's potato salad.
There should only be one with the bacon and the cheese in it.
And some, they don't put mustard in there, but you should not be able to taste the mustard when you put that in potato salad.
And I am a pretty anti-macaroni salad guy.
Do you put sour cream and mayonnaise in your mashed potatoes?
Yeah, I mean, I would be happy to. I mean, I don't really eat mashed potatoes often, but if I do, usually has cheese and sour cream on it.
So my wife's dad eats like a toddler, and one day I alluded to the fact that there was mayonnaise and sour cream in the potato salad, or in the mashed potatoes that he loves. And he was like, what? And I was like, does it change for you now? Does it change for you now? That are they no longer good? Shut the fuck up.
See, I just like flavors.
You know how annoying it is? He was like, I just tried a chili cheese dog and it was delicious. I was like, oh, good job, buddy. Good job. Wow, you are 60 years old. Good job. Pat him on the belly. I'm like, who's trying something different than chicken nuggets and Dr. Pepper? You tasted a pepper and it was delicious? Yeah, you did. Jesus Christ. He had a heart attack too. And I'm just like, and he doesn't smoke, so it's like just from food. And I'm just like, Brother, imagine having a heart attack from bad foods that weren't good.
Yeah.
Like if I have a heart attack and they're like it's from all the steak and chili cheese dogs and hamburgers and all this shit that you're eating, I'm okay with that. I fucking achieved something with that. I ate good food so much. How does that make third world countries feel? That we can die from eating delicious foods like that. We die from that's a fucking badge of honor, bro. That we die from eating delicious foods. But imagine having a heart attack and they're like, yeah, because you eat
too many chicken nuggets and.
He loves
microwave
like
pizzas.
kielbasa sausages too, which I mean are good, but he eats it at an extent where that's his chicken nugget, bratwursts.
We had hot dogs and bratwurst for dinner tonight. Jessica couldn't eat. She couldn't eat the hot dogs. She says they're gross, and then she got a cheddar wurst, and I was like, "That's
what I'm saying, man. Like, fuck RFK, bro. Like, look, if people want to eat healthy, let them eat healthy. I get it. Take off the heart health on the Lucky Charms. That always used to be like a preposterous thing when you look up the old food pyramids and it has like, Kellogg cereal above steak and eggs and shit like that. I'm just like, that's not. I get that. I think we're in enough knowledge. I think people have enough knowledge now where they're not like, my kid eats healthy. He eats heart healthy, Cheerios followed by some whole grain, fucking flaming hot Cheetos. Like he has a balanced diet. I think we're past that.
Yeah.
I think people have the knowledge. But if I want to eat my shitty foods, I could eat my shitty foods. Like he got to do heroin for like 16 years, bro. Nobody said a goddamn thing. Nobody was like, hey man, you should not do heroin. All right. I should be allowed to eat
somebody
shitty
told
food.
him that. But.
I guess people close to him. I guess that is also like nobody's held an intervention with me yet. It's like, Mike, we know you love steak, bud, but
see, I don't think there's any problem with steak. It's the problem with steak is how we have gotten away from that. Steak has to travel from fucking Texas on a feedlot instead of coming from, Concord, where there was just some cows in a field down here that ate predominantly the actual shit that they'd normally eat instead of corn. Like, I think that's where the problem really comes into it.
I get that problem and I respect that problem, but I also think people need to realize that we do have to feed 7 billion fucking people, 350 million in America. Like you do have to kind of make the process a little bit quicker.
But having local food does not make it. It makes it way quicker.
Look,
local is way easier.
No, not when the animals just like take so long to grow and shit like that. Once again, I don't.
It's the same amount of time.
Is it the same amount of time? I thought they put the
they
steroids.
Speed it up by doing the corn feed and like they. But
it's the same amount of time, but they speed it up. I'm just saying I don't know the science behind it. Listen, I just know there's a bunch of fucking people to feed. This is what I'm talking about.
And we're eating far more meat than we ever have before.
I don't give a fuck. Let me die. Let me carotid arteries, whatever, carotid arteries. Let me do that. I do. The thing I don't get is just like, the guys that jog and they live they won't touch anything bad. And they're just like, I want to make it to 100. Why? Why you want to make it to 100, dog? I want to live a nice little 50 and get out. You know what I'm saying? Like 50, I had a good time. I did some things. I beat my meat a couple times. I'm gone. My time is over. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. 50 years old. Past that, like once I'm, 70 and I got this, this thing that's going on and, I'm forgetting some things and shit like that because you can work out and you get dementia. That's it. You get Alzheimer's, whether it's, the food we're eating or just, old people. I've never seen an 80-year-old that was like, fuck yeah, glad I woke up another day. I haven't. Fuck all that. They can keep that. They came from a different time.
If you felt like $1 million, then why the fuck would you want to get out?
What do you mean?
Like if you were 80 and you're just like still fucking.
I don't know. I guess also too, we like society now is just, you don't retire, like now cost of living is getting so high.
Once trickle down economics works its way through, we're going to be able to retire. We're going to have tons of money there.
Look, Dylan has a little drinky drink. Yeah, he's bringing out the politics. Here we go. And that's why I'm saying, look, the reptile people that came here during the time of the pyramids, that if they would have just said, hey, this is how you do it, and they would have taken some pictures and left them here and been like, we're going to come back if y'all fuck it up.
Are reptile people on the right or the left now?
I don't know.
Because like back in the day, it used to be like a lefty's idea was that all the
they did,
like,
bro. Party switch. The party switch, it has been fucking crazy because the fastest party switch I seen was Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Because for a long time it was the left. They, the pharmaceutical industry is really bad. Fuck them guys and shit like that. And then the
medicine,
COVID vaccine came out and it just like completely farty flipped. Yeah, farty flipped people. To where, they didn't want to take. And now you're right. Yeah, it was like like we don't like the government, lizard people. And then now it's, I don't know, Republicans are like lizard people, but not our lizard people. But it's so fucking weird, man. Politics is so corny.
Can somebody put farty plip in the comments so that we can get that one going? As
let's get that going as a farty plip.
Mayonnaise dick.
What do we do for Two Daddies? I forgot what it was. Starts with an M. Movich. Yeah. Movich. I went to say Maury Povich, but I just said Movich. I shortened it up. I made some slang right there, Movich. It is hard to say Maury Povich a bunch of times when we were talking about Maury Povich. So, I mean, I guess that's good. Look, on Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. Is the name of it. We talk a lot about, we give advice, okay? We give life advice. But then we also have a surrounding podcast where we don't talk about fucking anything of substance to make you, to let it be known that if you listen to our advice and then you die, you cannot sue us. Because any reputable judge, district attorney is going to listen to this podcast and they'll be like, they listen to the advice off of this fucking thing. He said farty plip. Okay, when he was talking about reptile people, I don't think that's the guy you listen to. Fuck, that's a long one. This one says, should I be looking?
I didn't read.
I don't know, should you? But our guys know how to title it because of how much shit I talk about. Fucking title. Don't give it away. Don't be like, am I the asshole for punching my wife because she was trying to drown my kids in a bathtub? Just put it as, am I the asshole for punching my wife? There we go.
At bath time.
Yeah, at bath time. There you go. While she gave my kids a nice warm bath. But she was holding them under the water, trying to murder them. All right. Good morning, gentle sirs, Mike and Dylan. First off, I'm sorry I missed the Denny's reach around event. I couldn't think of a good pitch to my wife that didn't sound super sus. Secondly, I'm in a current predicament of whether I should be looking for a new job. I have a job currently. I manage a small warehouse, always pull work, receive shipments, manage inventory, and clean the warehouse, push a broom. The only person I have to manage is myself. There are no other employees working in the warehouse, which gives me a lot of great appreciated freedom and autonomy. I live 5 minutes from my job and get to go home for lunch every day. I get off of work in time to pick my son up from school. If need be, I get to see my wife for a couple of hours each day before she has to go to work. My boss is great. He wholeheartedly trusts me to do my job and does not micromanage me. He works in another building and checks on me occasionally. He also doesn't mind if I leave work to take care of any small family emergencies. I get 3-day weekends every week. The downside is that I'm not getting my full 40 hours. I get paid around $40,000 a year, probably less of hours. I've been at my job for at least 3 years now. The other day, I got an Indeed notification about a job a little further out. I go in later in the morning and I won't get off in time to get my son from school, or I won't get to see my wife through the week. I won't get a 3-day weekend anymore. I won't be able to come home for lunch. However, the job responsibilities are basically what I do now, and it pays almost double of what I make now. Naturally, I talked to my wife about it. Her thinking was the same as mine. It would be nice for you to make more money, but I enjoy the time I get to spend with you. We are able to make ends meet, but really can't afford to do much else. Hanging in the area like a hair on a biscuit. I could have sworn that shit was supposed to get cheaper, but somehow it's only gotten more expensive. a little dig at the... Also, I've been living in NC since I was in 3rd grade. My parents made a big move from South Carolina to North Carolina when I was a kid. Good move, grandparents. 38 male, what would you guys do? Also, fun fact, if you change the word girl in a song to squirrel, it makes the song sound so much better, i.e. Jesse Squirrel. Keep up the good work, fellas. That was just a little tidbit in there. You can vote for girl, and it still rhymes, squirrel.
Yeah. Swapping out everywhere.
Right. Look at all these politicians, fucking young squirrels, man. God damn, we should do something about that. Make them send out that list, fucking little squirrel fuckers. That's that's what we're going to do from now on. Anytime I talk shit, about like the Epstein list or something like that, or fucking pedo politicians, I'm just going to be like squirrel fuckers. And then people here will know because they've listened to the episode, but people who just tune in are going to be like, he has a random passion about something that I do not think goes on that much.
Yeah, I do not think people are out there fucking little squirrels.
That much. I mean, I assume that it does happen, but I think this is like a really niche thing to be mad about. When little do they know, apparently it's a big thing. God bless America.
It is a little thing, then so little that the all of it was made up.
You know, since this is real advice, I'm gonna let Dylan answer this advice.
I mean, my whole thing is life is the most important part. Like, money is cool, and yes, it will allow you to do some stuff, but how many things are you giving up to get that, doubled pay? Yes, double pay sounds great. However, how much are you willing to sell off, seeing your wife all the time, being able to pick your kid up from school, leaving for family emergencies, being able to, dip in and out pretty nonchalantly? That's not most jobs. So yes, the money's great, but at the same time, is it worth losing all of what you had? It felt like you had listed far more things you'd give up than things that are advantageous to the new job.
My dream scenario, like with the podcast and the skits that I do, is just get to a place where I have just enough to survive. And that's my dream scenario.
Yeah.
So, I love what I do. I love making podcasts. I love making skits and stuff like that. I just love spending time with my family. I love being at home, and it's what I like to do. Look, being rich, from what people say, it would be, really, really fucking fun. But at the end of the day, I'm like, man, I just want to do the things that I love to do and be able to go see my family and not, worry about bills and stuff like that. If you're able to achieve that now, man, I'd say stick with what you got, because if you are truly happy, that's all that matters, man. Like,
yes.
And you will find that out once you go to somewhere else and you're like, man, fuck, it's harder. They said, we only worked Monday through Friday, but now we're working, Saturday or Sunday, because you don't know what the place is really like until you get there.
Well, the baseline of what they say is not going to be the baseline of what
I just had a job interview for a first shift job, and I get down there and they're like, it's a second shift job. And I was just like, I will see myself out, guys. This was said it was for first, because immediately she knew what she would like, the lady, because it was like a group of people. They're doing like a group hiring event for a company that I said on here before was a really good place to work. Apparently shit has changed, because I'm sitting in there. For one, they have us meet at 12 o'clock. She doesn't come in until 12:45. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this like a police interview where they're like, we're going to make them sweat for like 45 minutes?
That is wild.
Yeah, we're just in there and they're talking about like, shit's a lot harder. There's a guy who was working there. He has not worked there for like a month. He quit a month ago, and they're making him do the hiring process again. And he was like, yeah, they have this new thing. They merged, or I think they merged with another company. I have no clue. But it's like the system that they have now where it's to kind of make sure that we're not losing time. And he's like, it fucking sucks. It's like, shit's changed. And when I walked through there, the first time I had ever interviewed there, like I said, I went through there and then I decided to, I got the, supervisor job at a box shop. The first time I went through there, it was lackadaisical. People were like fucking listening to music, just strolling around. This time,
militant.
Yeah, just boots to asses. Like, yeah, they were fucking getting it. So I was like, oh, a little bit different. I'm coming off the couch. It's been a minute since I've been in the factory. This is going to be a little bit tough, but you know what? Mikey get healthy. I sit down. As soon as she walks in there, she's like, I do want to just be clear with everybody. This is for second shift opportunities. And they only have a first and second shift right now. And I was like, so you lied to me. Once again, look, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to waste my time. I don't care how shit looks. She was like, I just want to let everybody know this is a second shift opportunity. I raised my hand. I was like, it said it was for first shift. She was like, I know, but this is for second shift. And I was just like, later, they then send me an email. This is the funniest part. They send me an email and they're like, we really respect you putting in the application, but you're not a good choice at this time. I'm like, I don't you, bitch. Like, I said you weren't good enough. Imagine, breaking up with somebody and then they're like, well, you know what? I don't love you anymore. I was like, that's good. I broke up with you though. And it was like,
that they didn't give a shit any which way. They literally just were like, send out all the emails. And so if you weren't hired, then you were not,
should have given a shit though, bro, because there was just the crowd that I was with. Look, that's one thing about me too, is I can interview my ass off. I know I've been supervisor. I know all the right things to say. Even if you don't mean it, I know all the right things to say. And I looked around and I was just like, well, they were probably going to hire 3/4 of the people that were there. They do these fucking group interviews. And I guess now it's like if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. Because once again, it was very boots to asses there. People did not look like they were having the first time it was just like, we're having a good time. We're getting things done. And they were like, yeah, we upstairs, they're saying, hey, don't push people too hard. And now they're like, fucking you work and you will like it. And if you don't like it, you can fucking leave.
Amazon gets away with it. We can too.
Right. Yeah. Things had changed. So I was pretty good going out of that one. Then I had another one. And this one was going well. Once again, Mikey knows everything to say. Back-to-back stations he shows me. That's the one thing too, is like we get there, we interview a little bit, and he's like, I want to show you the shit on the floor. I'm talking him up. And he's like, I want to show you the shit on the floor. So we go, first station we go to, someone's like, dog. And I was like, oh, hey, and he's like, oh, you guys know each other? And he was like, oh, he makes like content on the internet. And I was just like, fuck. Why would you, why say that out loud? So then we go to the next station. He's like, oh, what kind of content do you make? And I was like, oh, I just make like, a little comedy, I say a couple jokes. He's like, oh, okay. So a lot of people must know you then for making that. And I'm like, yeah. So the next station we go by, he's like, oh, fuck. And he says Felonious Falafel. I'm like, you said my name?
Call me out.
He's like, I'd love for you to work. I was like, I'm not going to be able to now.
Yeah, they're going to look at it.
And bro was just like, the guy interviewing me was just like, hell yeah. Never heard from him again. Because I guarantee he goes, baby, like, yeah, who was that guy? Like, oh, man, let me show you. He's like, watching like, you know what, Steve? Fuck you. Suck my dick, Steve. I'm going to rape you. Come here. No, Mike. Oh, God. That's really a skit.
Now you guys see how the sausage is made.
That's really a skit that I've done. I did bend my supervisor over in a skit and just plow him, which to us is funny. Woo, good. Have a good time. To the guy who's trying to hire me is just like, God damn, what?
Was that based on real events?
Right. Well,
I don't want to get bent over this.
I smack a guy with a textbook and he's just like fucking, like a book of procedures. There's all sorts of shit where you show it on there. Terrible. So you don't know how it's going to be until you start working there.
I think you've got trauma from when you tell your youngest son to shh. And so you couldn't just shh.
Yeah. Shh. And I was like, man, if I tell him shh, he's going to start whooping my ass. Fuck. All right. We're going to get into the next bit of advice here. But yeah, so it didn't go well for me. Yeah, I about said the name of the company. False start. I almost said it. People can have that. They can have the
Office.
Yeah, the Office. There you go. But I am going to let y'all know, though, if I was to be like, yeah, I'll sign on to this 12-hour second shift, that's it, dog. Like, I'm
a full-time warehouse employee.
I'm a full-time warehouse employee. All right, so the title is Advice on Getting Off on Time.
I mean, just start beating with enough time that
Are you using your good hand to do it? Like, maybe you need to add a little bit of Vaseline to it.
You going lube or dry? What are we doing?
The good thing with Vaseline, though, is you use it, you nut, and then you nut while trying to get it off of you. So
2 rounds.
Yeah, hell yeah. 2 rounds. And for the price of 1. The message is, my dearest Dylan and Mike. Well, fuck this guy. I need help getting off and advice for my anxiety. I tried to just not have it, but it doesn't seem to work for this situation. Well, I'm gonna need it to work,
Touch
bitch.
grass. Yeah,
go outside and fucking, what do people call it? Earthing or whatever, where you go out and you fucking put your feet on the ground and then the electricity or something takes all the anxiety.
That's what called when you're sunning your butthole, like charging.
That's what we're gonna tell you to do. I'm not even gonna read your fucking story. You can go outside and put your feet on the grass and put your butthole to the sun. Get the fuck over it. All right, so situation. I, 35 male, started talking to this woman, 45 female, who recently moved. She apparently needed help setting up her internet at 2100 at night.
Did you drink the beer or did I drink it?
Which I found weird. What are you talking about?
You keep like burping or something over there.
Brother, I had my wife made like the KFC famous bowls. It's talking back to me right now. It's just like, it's there. A little bit of GERD. As a former internet installer, it wasn't a big deal. She offered wine. I quit drinking recently, but went to set it up anyway. She said if I drink, I'd be staying the night for safety. You have to be putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
You have to. She's like doing like the fucking runway to her pussy right now. So you gotta be picking up on that. Well, on the way there, she ran out of wine. So I stopped and grabbed 2 bottles, one red, one white, JIC. Just in case. Okay. I get there and I set up the internet in 3 minutes. Like I said, she could do it and I walk her through it as well as the instructions provided. Well, she offers watching Happy Gilmore 2. Only TV is in her bedroom, so we turn it on. I press play and it is on, all caps. I'm glad Mike gave the cunnilingus advice. I knew it'd help one person. She had a few orgasms and even a nice spit of squirt. A nice sip of squirt. Much better fresh versus the canned stuff. What the fuck am I reading, brother? Woo!
I mean, at least he prefers all natural. Like I've never had the canned stuff. So.
Yeah, I just looked at the preservatives and I was like, nah. They're putting
you see how much sugar is in this?
They're putting the trans squirt in there now, and nah, I don't like that. I tried to make a trans fat joke. It didn't come off. It didn't come off well. But look, we're gonna leave it there. No, down. All right. After an hour and a half of her getting her reward, we take a break. She seemed upset it was taking so long. Even tried butthole pressure while slobbering on the knob. Nothing. Still holding like a Chevy truck, like a rock. With the help of a pill and a half of SIDINAFIL, sildenafil.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know. I think it might be a joke, but I just don't know that word. She just really wanted to get me to finish. I thought about just faking it, but I explained I normally need a nap to reset. She gave it another good try, and we give up. Next morning, I gave an okay wienering, finally got her done, and got her a mayonnaise dick. How do I get to where I can have a normal length session where I feel so stressed or embarrassed it takes so long and am able to get a good night's sleep? Only thing I can think of is starting earlier, but I have things to do in the day and don't want to waste 4 hours again. Love the long form. I'd like to see mom showing dad how to play Yu-Gi Man game, just basic. I couldn't do that now. I just don't know shit about card games, but it was interesting listening to someone talk about what they are passionate about. Pokemon, box shop, cameras, cunnilingus, lighting, anything. We love the passion and staying true to yourself. Look at that. And after the last episode, where I was just like, listen, we're in Mike's villain arc. We are. We have entered the era where even my most passionate, like, people that are going to stand by me are going to be like, Mike, stop. You got to fucking stop, man. But that feels like they're going to listen to the last episode and be like, fuck, I really hope they don't read that afterwards now. Like, where I'm just like, keep going, Mike, you do you. Because we are going to talk about, just, I don't know. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. I gave a fuck at one point, and I was just like, you know what? I want to do things positively. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hit on, like, dark stuff and do all this stuff because it's the easy route. And well, fuck all that shit, man. Fuck all that shit. Anything's on the table. A lot of things, some of it's pretty dark. Some of it's jokes that involve children on an island sometimes. At first I would be like, I want to be respectful. Fuck all that shit. I'm not being respectful anymore. What you got to do, man, is you just got to beat it down, man. And if she don't come, you don't like a good time. Like, I don't know how you get yourself to come faster.
I've never had that problem. Like,
I think he might have probably, it's just probably like a first time thing. Once you get into it and you kind of get rhythm with the girl, you'll probably be able to do it easier.
See, I've never had the only time that I'd suffer from that is when I'm trying to speed it up. If I'm just in it, I can pretty much choose when it happens.
That's me, yeah.
But if I'm not in it and say we're in a rush to do it, then I'm like, fuck, I can't do it.
I used to take my time too. Now I'm just like, look, I'm gonna eat it till she comes. I'm gonna do that till she comes, and then I'm done.
Yeah, we're out,
bop, bop, and I'm going to sleep. At first, I was like, I like to take it slowly. I like to have an event. Now I'm just like, I'm a dude.
Well, and there's time and place for that still in a marriage, but it's not every single fucking time. You've proven what you can do, and sorry, this isn't the Super Bowl. We're not playing that game this time.
I'm gonna tell you though, it's not as big of a problem as you think it is because it's way better than y'all just started and then you're just like,
Well, the whole thing is though, it is you don't necessarily have to come every time. A lot of women don't. You don't have to.
Wait, women are supposed to come? Oh fuck!
Well,
Oh fuck!
at the Super Bowl, like the one game a year.
Let me tell you the funniest fucking story because you just said that. So one night, I am laying in bed. All right, this is back. Once I say the Super Bowl name, y'all are gonna know the date of this. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I'm laying in bed and I am sleeping. Listen, guys like to be waking up with blowjobs. That's what they think they like. Okay. I love sleep. When I'm sleeping, I enjoy sleep, okay? I get she's trying to be all cute and shit like that, so she comes in there and starts giving me some head and stuff like that. In my brain, though, I'm still like half conscious. So in my mind, we are having sex in a stadium. There's no people there. We're just on the 50-yard line. And then she gets on top and starts riding it. And once again, like my eyes are closed, brother. I am half in it, half out. The Broncos and Seahawks are about to play in the Super Bowl, okay? So, like, we're doing it and everything like that. And I say what I think is real fucking smooth because in my brain...
You're in the stadium.
Yeah, I'm in this fucking stadium. And I ask her, I'm like, so, girl, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? And she's like, what? And I'm like, oh, who do you think's going to win it? She's like, Michael. And I'm like, huh? She was like,
were you sleeping?
She's like, why the fuck would you ask me that? And then she like gets off and I was like, what's wrong? Come on, let's fucking finish. Like, we're already doing it. Now I'm awake. And I'm awake with a heart on. She's like, I don't know. I'm like sitting here doing all this shit and you just asked me who's going to win the Super Bowl. I was like, yeah, I thought we was on the 50-yard line. In my brain, that was fucking smooth as fuck. Because at this point too, I don't know why she's like laying next to me. But she's still riding in real life. But she's like laying next to me. And I'm like, so, because we had just got done having sex. And I was like, so, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? It's like a joke. Like, that's smooth as fuck. But if a girl's just trying to have sex with you and middle sex, you're just like, so, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? She got turned off by that. And I was just like, well, maybe you should probably not do it.
Maybe you should wake me up. Like, wake me up instead of like while I'm still sleeping. Because you're going to hear some crazy shit in a dream. She
tried it one time too. I had been drinking and I don't drink. And like, I'm fucking stupid drunk. And she's like, oh, let's get her sex. So I'm like on top. And I was just like trying to survive. I was like, ah. And she's like, well, I'm like move one way. And my titty, like right here, goes above her mouth. And she blows a big raspberry on it. This is how we were too. We couldn't stop laughing. We just went to sleep. Like, because I was just like, I have no energy to like get up. She's like, and then my fucking just did. Yeah, so I was just like, look, if I'm sleepy, I'm just going to go to sleep because it's not going to be good for anybody. You could flick the old bean if I am just not awake enough to do it. But yeah, man, that was that. And it was one of those, one of those laughs where you're like, fuck, I haven't laughed like that in a long time. Where you're like, I could die. I could die from that. I haven't had one since I had watched that Billie Eilish when she gets the whole crowd to quiet down.
Somebody farts.
Yeah, and then just that little, and that's not why it gets me to laugh. It's the people that are laughing without trying to make noise and you can fucking hear it. I love a good fart. And then also too, the Oppenheimer fart where it's like 3, 2, 1. And then everybody in the crowd like actually laughs.
Oh, it was in the movie?
Yeah, you haven't seen that one? I'm going to show it to you real quick.
Oh, God. Where's it at?
Yep, I'm showing it to you. This one's easy. Oh man, this is which is crazy because I didn't see the Oppenheimer fart until after I saw the Billie Eilish fart. Yeah, and then what is that, German? You can't handle the truth. I can handle the truth.
So Mike, you found it? They had to do that on purpose.
Oh yeah, the person farting, definitely. They waited for that countdown, and then they're sitting there.
Do you think Billie Eilish did though? Standing in a concert, I don't think you would let that one slip on purpose.
Billie Eilish didn't fart though.
I know. I'm saying like somebody in the crowd's not just gonna like
definitely they knew it was super quiet in there, so they let out the little poop. Man, it's so good. Because imagine she hears it. Because if I'm on stage singing and I get everybody to quiet, and it's so quiet in there, and I hear, I'm fucking like, I'm on the ground laughing. I'm not going to be able to finish that fucking concert.
See, that's one of the worst parts about going to a concert, though, is because like everybody knows that you can't like pinpoint who does it. And so, like, literally, most concerts just smell like ass because somebody's in there like fucking ripping it down. And I'm like, why? Like, we all have to breathe this like fucking stale air already, and then like it's stinky, sweaty
The air that's been breathed through 1,000 times.
You're gonna shit yourself in here, and like not just once, like repeatedly.
Well, I had some Taco Bell before I came. It's right there beside the venue. There's always a Taco Bell right there beside the venue. So then they get all the business, and then all the people go to fucking.
So miserable.
It is a pretty bad experience. There was this one girl. This is back in me living with my brothers. She's a big girl too, and
they need loving too.
They do. That's what I'm saying. So I was just like, she was like going through her insecurities and stuff like that. I was like, well, they ain't got to be insecurities, girl, because it's only gonna last one night anyways. But so you ain't got to worry. All right. Now, in a bit of a dry spell, so I got to get something. So she's just like, okay, let's go. And I was like, she got big boobs, so that's what I was like, well, that's the focus of today's session, okay? So we get into the room, and I don't like fake sexy. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to have sex, let's fuck and everything like that. But she's like trying to be sexy while she gets on the bed. And I guess her pants were a little bit tight. She's a pretty hefty girl. And she just lets out a right there. And like she has her hand over her mouth. Her face is as red as these little mic cover things. And she's laughing. And I'm laughing too. And she was like, I'm so bad. I was like, there's no need to be embarrassed. I'm fucking dying. And she was like, all right, so we're going to do this? I was like, no. Like, no. Like, oh, no. I'd already I had to talk myself into doing it anyways. And now I've been laughing for 15 minutes straight. Oh, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. Like,
poor girl's insecurities just ramped up.
I can't help it. Like, I talk, if he's not playing ball, nobody's playing ball. God, man, I had one girl trying to fucking in the shower, okay? Why of all places? Like that's the first place she wants to have sex. My mind is automatically going to. There's probably something wrong if the first place we're fucking is in a shower. Because we were on a bed, and then she was like, "No, come in here." And then we get in the shower, and I'm like, "Why?" And I don't want to be mean to people. I'm 18 at this time. And she has had a couple of kids by this point. All right. So she has and I'm not used to that as a kid. Now I suck it into my mouth, the little belly pooch. I love that. Super sexy. Back then it wasn't what a woman's body was supposed to look like in my brain. So I get in the shower, which is flaming fucking hot. And the women, I don't know if they got to wash away their sins or some shit like that. I don't fucking know, man. But bitches love a shower that is 100,000 degrees, melts your fucking skin off. So that shit's hitting me. And I'm like, like every time I touch the water, she should know. And bro is turtling. Like he is turtling. She is like sucking him out. It's like slapping back in like a fucking, like a slinky. She's and just
it's like that cartoon of the bird trying to pull the worm out.
Yeah, and just and it slaps back in, slaps back in, slaps back in. And she keeps looking up, going, "Is it me?" And I'm like, I am on drugs with a lady. Like I'm thinking of like what you have right now. What's wrong with the fucking first time we got to do something is in a shower, and now, I'm getting fucking the hell lava sprayed onto my skin. And now I'm trying to get hard so I don't make you feel bad. I have all these things racing through my mind. So she keeps doing it. And then she stands up and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, what am I? Just
have you ever tried?
Just like, okay, maybe if I like rubber band them to my like middle finger or something like that, I can just like, yeah, I don't fucking know what to do. It's fucking 1,000 degrees. And then what made it doubly hard too is because I'm like, come on, man, come on, brother, you got this, brother. And then she's like, is it me? I'm like,
well, yeah, I guess so.
I was built by this point too. I was in pretty good shape. So I was like, this girl, it's either you or Percocet. Somebody's doing it. It's not me. It's fucking the water too. Just she had created a hostile environment for an erection.
That's a good way to put it.
Right. Like if I'm sitting here and I have this lake, and this lake, there is lime that is like, you know, running off into the fucking water, and then there's this big salt mine that runs off into the water, and it's in a place that's, you know, 120 degrees all the time, so the water's just super fucking hot. I'm not going to be like, oh, I bet there's big bass in there. I'm not going to think that. No, there's not going to be any fish in there. It's not conducive for something to live. The environment she created was not conducive for an erection to live, so I could not achieve one. So I just got to be like, you're going to have to think about that for the rest of your life, not me. So I got to go. Like, Jesus Christ.
But you're the one telling it on a podcast 20 years later.
Yeah. And it was with so I went through life pretty much saying, like, you know, I came from a bad place, and I was bouncing around constantly. So if I kept a girl, like if I was in contact with her, like really spending time with her, it wouldn't usually last for like more than 2 months. I never considered a girlfriend me locked down. Mm-hmm. So the first girl that really I had gotten to like that kind of relationship with, I don't know. I think it was because, you know, I quit doing coke or something. So I was getting emotions again. So I don't know why I did it. Why her of all people also. But I did cheat on her a bunch. Because I was just like, because in my brain, you know, I get what I'm like, you know, yeah, we could. And she's like, you're not going to like, you know, be fucking around and shit. I'm like, well, oh, yeah, if you are my girlfriend, I can't do that anymore, right? And she's like, yeah, what? Yeah, no, you can't do that anymore. I was like, fuck, and I never listened to that. Poor girl. Poor girl. It happens, though. You're young and stupid, so.
Yeah, most young guys are not equipped for that.
Have you ever had an environment? What's the worst sexual experience you ever had? Because that was probably...
I mean, there was a time where I was hooking up with this girl, and she had...
Before Dylan tells us this, send in your worst sexual experience to mikeanddylan.com, MikeandDylan.com. It doesn't have to just be advice. It could be anything we talk about. Send in your worst sexual experience, and we will read it here live if you got a good one.
Not live.
Not live. I don't know why I said live. It just sounded good. Live. Yeah. Grave Digger, Monster Jam, Kid Seat Still, just $5. Yeah,
I was like 16 or 17 and, you know, still trying to figure out the whole girl situation, but I was
figure out if it was girls or guys.
Yeah.
I
was just trying everything.
Right. It's like once I sucked about 20 dicks and had about 40 in my butt, I was just like,
well, then you could say honestly whether you gave it a good shot or not.
Right. Yeah. I was like, I tried. You know, if someone that ever went to a Diddy party was just like, I am not gay, I'd be like, I believe that, man. I really believe that.
But yeah, like this girl went down on me for a little bit, and then ultimately it was leading to sex anyways. And so like I was in my cunnilingus arc of like that was one of my big badges of honor, and so like I started kissing on down, and I was very slow and sensual and like, you know, really trying to turn her body on, and I made it down to like the belly button, and it was like not smelling fresh and so clean, so I was just like, kiss back up and slowly, and I felt so bad afterwards just because, like, you know, it probably was fine. It was probably fine. I could have just kept going and probably would have made it out all right, but I was just like, I'm just not going to take that risk right now.
And then you think about it for the rest of sex too. That's the worst part, is because you're like, I didn't want to hurt your feelings, but that's a you area, and you kind of gotta.
Well, I've learned in my old age the difference between like what is just straight body odor, which is completely fine, and then what is kind of funky stuff you don't want to go swimming in. But
so that was one thing with the girl that I started dating, is we had sex the day before, and then we go to have sex the day after, and I'm like, you know, kissing down, and I'm just like, hey, did you take a shower? And she was like, no, I just went to sleep. And then, you know, I was like, you got up at 1? She was like, yeah. I was like, you should have warned me. Because she was like, at first she was like, don't do that. I was like, don't do that. I'm a trooper. Come on, girl. Yeah. And I went down and I was just like, I am not. That's when so thankfully I had never smelled that before. What it smells like once you have the next day. Because imagine just getting another guy's. That would be fucking rough. Old cream pie. But I'm like, yeah, I do the kiss technique. The worst I had ever got to, because I was pretty good about like, Starting down, going up, because that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to eat the pussy. So I had to learn to do that. Well, there was one, I think I talked about this on the podcast, where it didn't smell bad, but when I started to do it, it immediately tasted like I was fucking licking on a penny. I was like, ah, man. Random bitch period blood. Fuck. So I did it like twice. I guess she knew too, following after we had sex, I guess, that she found out. Because then I do the thing and it looks like a murder scene.
Yeah, I can't say, like, I've definitely eaten at the Y while it was going on, but I was focusing on the little man in the
with my
boat.
wife, this was unexpected.
Like I'm saying, like, focusing on the little man in the boat. Like, I've never went full on murder face style. Never
it depends on what day we are in the period.
Not doing it.
What day we are in the period. Which is crazy because if you kind of there's like this sweet spot in the middle of the period where it tapers off to almost it's not there, because then like the next day after that, then there's old blood, and that's, I don't want to fuck with that. But there's like this sweet spot where you can do it. But then once you start having actual sex, it still looks
You're
like
more of a
scene.
warrior than I am.
I'm fucking, I don't care. Yeah, I'm not.
Now, blood on the sword.
I eat steak raw, I eat pussy raw. I don't give a fuck.
Blood on the sword's one thing, but yeah, I'm not eating.
No, I'll fucking sit there and goddamn, I look fucking putting dots on my
Getting
face.
all the stem cells.
I look like fucking warmonger out there. Put like a fucking, for every time I've done it, every time I add another one, I'm at like 115. And it's like, god damn, man, that guy's a fucking killer. Go out there like that. Imagine someone breaks into my house though, and I just come out and I already have like the blood painted on. There's all my.
And then you get down in that weird like spread leg position, like that one girl.
What happens? Here's my thing. Because what if somebody breaks into my house and I just like come out of my bedroom just like. Like, what do you do in that situation? That's what I'm saying. Does it increase my chances of getting shot, or are you getting the fuck out of there?
No, you're probably shooting. You would probably feel like you were immediately in danger, and if you had a weapon, you would probably go ahead and unload that weapon.
And then they're talking to the cops, and they're like, "Yeah, we just came across the corner. We heard."
Yeah.
And the cop's like, "Well, fuck, I would have shot
heard a
him
lady
too."
screaming, and we thought that there was possibly like something going. So we.
And then they come in there, and this guy was like blood all over his mouth, on his face. And it's like, "I'm gonna let you find young gentleman go."
Then your wife comes out, and that's just my period blood. Oh yeah, no, this is a crazy scenario. You're coming in for questioning too.
Yeah, right. Like that. Look at that guy. It's just, but once again, like I said, there's like a day in between where it like really tapers off. So
yeah, no, I haven't been that bold. You're a tougher man than I.
I'm a warrior. I try to avoid it. I can feel it on my chin. You know what I'm saying? Beard hair starts to stick together a little bit. So from then I learned. I was like, okay, first day you ain't doing shit. Girl, the first and second day, girl ain't gonna let you do anything. Third day, they kind of get horny though. That's what I've learned too. They fucking come attack me, fat boy. But I have learned. I was like, there's nothing there. I'm not like sticking my tongue inside.
Yeah.
How do women watch this podcast?
I don't know that they watch it, but even if they listen to it, I don't know how they do it.
We need like a roll call.
What if? Who's listening?
Yeah, but send in your worst sexual experience. We want to read that shit. That's the thing too, because we say advice. So I think anytime we read over advice and we start talking about like one of our stories where, maybe it's something crazy you went through. Maybe it's like a drug deal gone wrong. Maybe it's whatever. We need to start thinking about that and be like, hey, so we could read that. I think it's dope. If someone has like a real dope one, like those will probably vet to make sure like it's not the plot to a fucking movie.
Yeah. Send it.
Yeah, just right.
2.5 hour podcast.
So it was me and my father, and we're out in the plains of Africa, and my uncle fucking just pushes him off a goddamn. Yeah.
It took me a second. I was trying to look for a person movie, and I was like, yep. Oh, Lion King.
Lion King, yeah. That's fucking, look.
Such a great movie.
Here's the thing, too, because I hated Lion King as a kid, because I was like,
really?
Why? Why make me sad? I don't want to go through that when I watch it.
Dude, every single fucking Disney movie is always like, kill the parent. Kill the parent.
We got to make these children fucking grow up. We got to make them feel. Look.
Because like Bambi, fucking Snow White doesn't have any parents. Not like alive parents. Cinderella, fucking every single one of them, just dead parents.
That's so crazy. Like, why does Disney and Pixar, like Pixar less, but Disney's like, if this comes out, like we have to sends you through a moment.
Who did Big Hero 6? Was that like a Pixar? That wasn't a Pixar.
It wasn't
like,
Pixar or Disney.
But like that thing right there, I think it's Disney because it's on Disney's. Like maybe they didn't do it initially.
Bought everything.
They bought
That's the fucking thing.
With that one there, like when the brother dies, I'm just like, really?
Why
Really?
though? Why is that necessary?
Like, yeah, he didn't have to die. Like, we can make this, action start in a different way. I mean, could have taken out the ant, I guess, maybe.
I'm looking up to see who did Big Hero 6.
I just love that Fall Out Boy did the music for it.
That's good. We could just say Fall Out Boy made it. Is it American? So who produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios?
Okay.
So
does
you
Disney.
were right. You know your cartoons,
I do
bud.
not know them.
You do. You are a
I know that I've watched it.
master
on Disney.
of cartoons. And I mean, what better
I've
way
watched a bunch of them.
what better way to, if you're going to kidnap a kid, than to just start up a conversation about cartoons? Then you feel like a safe person. Really
I don't
easy
know
way to
why,
get in your
but I
van.
feel like those movies are just like some of the best ones that get made because like they're just I don't know you're not expecting a bunch from them, and so like I'll watch.
I think that's why it is. Did you cry during Coco?
Coco, I didn't cry, but
Fucked
it was
me
a
up,
fucking
bro.
sad one.
Fucked me. Fucking got me. And it's just because, like, did you watch? Was your daughter alive when that movie came out?
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch it until she
Man,
was
it's just like
alive,
I
yeah.
watch it, and I think about myself, and like, what if I go out on? I was on a train or some shit like that, and someone threw some fucking fentanyl cocaine in my face, and I overdosed right there. And then my wife is like, "Yeah, you're fucking
Drug addict.
yeah,
fucking
you drug addict. Father went to go do some drugs, left the fucking family. Well, I thought he was clean. Went to go do some drugs and died on a train. And then my daughter grows up thinking my whole life that I chose that over coming back home to her.
Well, see, and I think that's the wild thing is because like the daughter never really felt that way.
Right? She always,
She still held her father dear,
and then she starts singing the "Remember Me." They sing it together, and I'm just sitting there like, what's so good about like me crying is I that's a special thing because my kids, they'll tell you they never see me cry, and I'm just like, fuck, this is gonna make me look weak. This is really gonna take away the time that I really do cry. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving that for when Amy dies, for them to see me cry. You know.
You act like you're going to be there for that.
I'm not. Maybe Amy's second or third husband will be there for when she dies, but I'll be long dead before then. But that's what I was trying to save it for. And the off chance she gets in a car accident or something, you know what I'm saying? Something freak would have to happen for her to die before me. But that's what I was saving it for. And I'm just like watching Coco, and I'm just Onward fucked me up too. And it's not because I didn't have a dad. Fuck y'all, okay? Because I know I said that. It was like, oh, because Mike didn't have a daddy. That one didn't fuck me up. It's because the one kid never got to meet his dad. But he was like, the other son resigned himself to, because he was like, I got to meet him. Mm-hmm. Then he hears about his older brother. Fucking his last memory of his dad was him going through cancer and shit like that and wasting away in a hospital bed and hooked up to all this shit and it fucking fucked him up. That was his last image of his dad. I'm not choking up or anything. I was losing breath.
Yeah,
because I was just going in on that. I was going in on that sentence right there. I didn't want to stop. And I was just like, man, that fucked me up. And then he goes through the thing where his brother was like his dad. I fucked with that a little bit, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Because, my older brother, before he lost his way, he fucking really, carried that kind of for me. And I'm just like sitting there and, I guess because Amy's like, oh, this is really, she's like peeking around. And I was like, this is not even getting to me.
There's been a lot of things. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I cry a lot, but like there's a lot of movies that like get you to that point where, you're not like outright crying, but it brings a tear to your eye.
Boy in the Striped Pajamas, I was like, what a fucking dumbass. I was just like, oh.
Boy in Striped Pajamas, I don't think it.
Oh, well, if you're never going to watch the movie, let me ruin it for you. It's about a German family, and the kid goes up to this concentration camp and plays with this little boy, this Jewish boy from the fence. Like they play games and stuff like that. Well, at the end of the movie, the German boy hops the fence to hang out with his friend, and they get sent to the gas chambers together. And people were like, it was so sad. And I was just like, you fucking moron. Just like, hey, my dad's like the German. I just broke in. I don't know, say any fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it was also what a crazy fucking coinky dink that the day you decided to hop it was this day.
Yeah.
I was like, what a stupid fucking.
Why didn't you get your buddy to hop out?
But movies where they're like, it's sad, never get me. Click, every time without fail, fuck click. The episode of Family Matters where Carl gets the dog and he doesn't want the dog, but then he falls in love with the dog. That one fucks me up too.
See, you've got to list them. I can't think of the ones that have actually like gotten me. A lot of them have to do with like, you know, parent-kid situations, like where it's a sad scenario between the two of them. Those ones usually get me just because like thinking as a parent now, it's totally different than just being a individual by yourself. I mean, and that's new to me really. And so over the past like 4 or 5 years, I'm just like, oh, well, that's pulling at my heartstrings. Might just tear up a little bit.
Here's the thing with having children. Having children make you mortal. That's the thing, man. Like before I had kids, I didn't care if something killed me too. Like it's not only that, it's just I didn't care. Like I had no fear of nothing.
Yeah.
Really. Like, you know, I didn't want to fight people and shit like that, but it was like not really like I felt like I would do it. Like if I was like, fuck, I could die during this, I still would do it.
Yeah.
And once you have kids, it's not only like, are you worried about the kid's life, but then you're more worried about your life because you're like, fuck, I don't want to fuck them up if I die, you know?
Well, then leave your significant other with the responsibility of...
Honestly, in my case, they might be
better off.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you're... After I would like to just be a fly on the wall if I were to die, and then Amy's like talking to the kids when they're teenagers. So I said, "Tell us about Dad." It was like, wow, he was weird, okay. And then for some reason he was just like, "I'm gonna be a star, babe," which I've never. But I was like, if I did like die or something like that, that's what people would view it as. They'd be like, "Fuck, the dude was poor as fuck when he died. He was like trying to live out his dream." And it was like, nah, I mean, I gave it a shot. You know, it didn't. Well, I was like, maybe there's something here. It didn't work. I died before I could do it. That's the corny thing, bro. If I die during this, that fucking sucks. Because then I die poor, and it's just like, what a loser thing. That's my legacy.
But see, then I'll carry on your legacy because it'll be the viral moment.
No, it won't. In the documentary, it'll be like, and then finally Mike died, which freed Dylan to actually become the beautiful butterfly he was meant to be.
But the virality of the story is what's going to allow me to, you know, get the money funding
I
to do that
hope
stuff.
though, like if I did die, they would raise a lot of money for. They'd be like, you know, and you know, he died and he didn't have a lot because you know, fucking, he sucked at it.
But his kids and wife were well taken care of afterwards, and
no, that's what I hope is like they do like the GoFundMe and it raises a bunch of money. King Beard X died. That fucking sucks. You don't know a lot of these guys, but he was one that got big during the time when I got big, and that's really fucking sad too. Is he was a reaction creator, which. Look, I talk my shit about, you know, a guy taking a viral video and then you know, that's what reaction creators do. It's like a viral video. It's a thing that you already know is going to go off to people. I could do that today, do that kind of content. It's just not I could go to where the money is, but in my heart of hearts, I just want to do shit that's kind of, you know, my way. But he was one of those, still loved him. Like, once again, like it's not like a jealousy, but like when they have like something go on, I'm just not like, you know, real like, well, I mean, you take the video and then you add a 5-second video of you talking about that or saying like a funny joke, and that's the video. So, you know, in the past and in the future, I will talk shit about that. I'm not talking shit about people like as like a person or whatever in the creation space. He did do that. I'm saying I fucking loved his shit. He was really funny with it. Honestly, out of all the other people that I've seen do like reaction creations, they're normally people who have money, technology, shit like that. He had fucking nothing. And you could tell when he started, he had fucking nothing. And that's always why I've been like, you know, it's people that, you know, they don't have the technology and shit like that. And he was, you know, blowing up during a time too where they had switched to the over 1 minute content. So when he would post things about, you know, him not making a lot of money on here, that's why, you know, it's fucking, they had switched to that. Like I said, if I give anybody a pass for that, it's people like that. People who have a lot of fucking money, who are come in as like already established celebrities, and they start doing it. And I'm just like, what a gay thing. I also think Ray Williams Johnson, like I love the shit that he made when I was a kid. I was fucking a big fan of him, and now he just does the fucking true crime shit. I'm just like, fuck, because you know he makes bank off of that. He has to be bringing in the big bucks. I hate it. I just hate true crime because I don't like the fact that we take a story of something that's cut and dry. We know exactly what's happened to the person. You're not doing it for their honor.
Yeah.
And then you make a whole video about it. The fucking thing that gets me is like when Mr. Ballin's talking about what the guy's thinking, and then he dies right there. And I'm like, how the fuck did we know what he was thinking? Like, how the fuck did that happen? And you're like, Mike, how did you get that far? It's appealing, is it not? Like, true crime is appealing when you're like, oh, something terrible happened. You're like, I have to know.
What happened?
And there is a market, bro. We could do it. Let's just sell out. Look, if we're going into Mike's villain arc, let's just sell out. I really want to do that one skit where it's like the rich guy. It's like, how do you get rich? Well, the first thing I did is I immediately stopped having sex with women, started having sex with children. Let me ask you something. Which is more expensive? All right, a dinner at Red Lobster or a Happy Meal? Like, let's just really get into that shit where it just starts off like, fuck. And it's like, well, it can't get any worse. And I'm just like, it does. But that's comedy, I guess. I hate trying, man. That's the thing I fucking hate, because we're sitting here not posted a single bit of content in fucking, because I'm just like, if we're not doing it right, I don't want to do it.
Well, see, and I think that's where I'm glad that we're going to kind of come back to the doing skits and stuff, just because like it is our chance. Really, ultimately, I know we have to do the skits to try and start paying bills because we're just not fucking there right now. But like the thing is like I ultimately want to get to the point where we are doing like short films. Like that's what
I want to do, but that shit takes money, and it's like,
well, and I think it does, but I think it doesn't. I think it's us putting the constraints on there that like it's gonna probably star me and you, and then a couple ancillary characters, but like we put those guardrails up as that's where we're going to design the story in, and we just fucking go with it. And we can make good stories. It's just that's where it like kind of has to live until we do have money to do it bigger.
Right.
But like we start with that as the premise of like, okay, we can have 4 characters because we know we can do this, this, and this. And then how can we make a compelling enough story
with 4 characters?
4 characters, limited sets. Like, is it outside? Is it, in a studio, or is it at a house? Like, what are we able to do?
Because you do have to find people. This is the shitty thing about like short film and shit like that. You can have like a compelling story for your budget. You could have a compelling whatever for your budget. You could have good lighting for your budget. You could have all this stuff. You can work your way around that. You cannot work your way around somebody that needs to deliver on camera that just doesn't do it, because that'll immediately take somebody out.
But that's also part of it, though, I think, is designing stories to fit the characters that are available to work with us. That's the difficult part, though, because until we have the easy part is when we have money, we could go up to fucking one of these places and get like a actor and shit like that. But even like the low budget actors, a lot of them are shit. Like they're just shit. Like they don't have the reps in either. And so like it's finding the right person. I mean, that's why casting is so important for movies. But if we can find a good crew of people and kind of learn what their characters are and like who they can play. Are they good at being a villain, or do they have to be,
Let me tell you who's good actors dumb people are. Dumb people are the best fucking actors, bro. Because a smart person, they immediately go in and they're thinking. They're like, oh, fuck, I got to be this. And then a dumb person just goes in and is like, I am this. What? Yeah. Like, that's, bro, I'm telling you. That's why when you see these celebrities and you're like, these guys are fucking morons. They're fucking morons, man. They are dumb fucking people. They go in and they don't think about it. That's the thing. When you act, it's not about, you're not sitting there like, I got to be this. You're that person. Like, you are that person. You become that person.
I would say it's a stretch to say that most of them are dumb, but yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm saying a dumb person. Like, if you get anybody that's never had any acting experience, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, then yes.
And he just like comes in. That's the biggest thing I can say. And now if you're hearing this and you're like, oh, but I want to be an actor. Just be dumb. Be dumb. Like, honestly, take everything out of your mind and just be that person. And I feel that's easier for someone who's not like sitting there second guessing themselves. They just become that person.
Well, I think a lot of it too is just like, I mean, it's this right here. Like if we, like when we started, we were not as good at this as what we are now. Not to say that I think that we've gotten substantially better, but we're definitely not as in our heads about like the conversation as we were the first at bats. And
right.
So like, and I think one of the things that you're worried about is my acting skills on screen. And like, that's one of the things that you've voiced and everything. but like I don't have any at bats. Like how
Right.
many videos have you done? You've done thousands.
And right, and when I started, I sucked dick. Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting at is we don't start hoping that we're gonna do this fucking banger. We just start because we need to start and start getting those, because it's less so how great we do with that first one, it's how good we are on the 100th one.
But also, we talk about that stuff. We don't talk about like the corny shit of me doing it in the house. Do you know how often someone in my household walks in there? Well, I'm just talking to myself. I'm doing shit. Like, and they'll be like, by this point now, they're like, oh, Mike's doing something and he's playing that character. Cause I do that.
Yeah.
And bro, shout out Amy though, cause she still loves me. And I'll just be in there just fucking doing whatever. And it might be the corniest shit you've ever fucking heard, but that's how. Yeah, Dylan will tell you when we've shot shit like that, I'll usually portray that character. Like, I'm not going to say I'm a method actor. Like, if you're talking to me like Michael, I'm probably still going to talk to you in the voice and in the cadence of the person that I'm being, because it just helps me stay into character longer. And then you kind of start formulating into that person that you are. Like, if I don't take it to the extremes that one of our friends do. That's fucking annoying. If we ever make it, bro, and then we get someone like that, I'm like, listen, buddy, you're fired. All right, you gotta get the fuck off of here. Because look, I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk. I'm not sitting here trying to talk to Michael Myers. All right, stop acting like you're gonna kill me. What I want you to do, stop punching the camera guys. Okay, so fucking no. Okay, I can. They've released everything in their mind.
No, I think it is. I think there's value in each person's procedures and in it. Like
well, it's the thing too. It's what I told my daughter. I mean, are you doing these things of when you've heard the discussions I had with my daughter when she's like, I want to be in stuff. I'm like, cool, learn how to act. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, put on YouTube videos, fucking work on it. Like, you can do it. If you really want something, fucking put in the time to do it. And then I don't have time in my day to guide you through these things of like what we do and everything like that. Cause I worked with her before and I'm like, yeah, there's something here. There's something. You've worked with her. We've worked with her out in the fucking field and we see she's a smart girl. She could get it. When we're doing something like that, now we have like time constraints. We're at a place.
We got a lot of other people.
Yeah. We got
on the hook.
Yeah. And it's just like, we got a guy fucking, setting up makeup and shit over here. And, all this other stuff is going on. Like, I can't be sitting here and be like, hey, this is the Mike and Daughter show. And I was like, just like, if you take that time out of your free time to learn that, yes, you could be in, more stuff and you could do more things. But if you don't show that initiative, I don't think that's really a passion of yours. You just be like, oh, that would be fun type thing. What I'm looking for is, Dylan will tell you too, I look for passion over talent.
Well, that's what we talked about.
Yeah, Dylan does too.
When we initially started bringing people into the fold to do different things and be part of different projects, whether it was shooting or acting or, just being part of whatever we've got going on, I would 1,000% take somebody who's ambitiously trying over somebody who is doing exactly what we say.
If you're listening to this right now and you're like, fuck, I would love to do that, and that's what you would really love to do, fucking hit us up. Like,
yeah.
If you're from Seattle, if you're from Seattle, Washington, don't ruin your lives to get down here to partake in a poor man project.
Yeah, because we can't pay you.
That's not going to make any fucking money. That's what I'm saying too, though. But that does show you who is with you.
Yeah,
like that was one big thing when I did get big and I was hanging around I'm not going to say bad people, but people that I don't need to be hanging around that are honestly hanging around me because of who I am.
Well, like when we shot The Adventures of Clever Sykes, like I was the only one that showed up as a professional.
Right.
I was the only one. And I'm just like, hey guys, like if we're not going to get our shit together and fucking get some shots done, I'm going to go home to my family because I'm just here helping with this project. Like I'm not buddies with you guys. I'm not hanging out at the card store, just hanging out with the guys.
This is so fun. Yeah.
I'm like, no, guys. Like, if you guys want to shoot it, let's shoot it. But let's fucking get and that was actually one of the first. That was the first time that me and Mike had worked together. But it was when I really laid down Mike, if you say 9, I'm gonna be here at 8:45. So you need to be here at 9. And he's like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And then literally it was a couple more times and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna not fucking come anymore. Like if you guys can't get your shit together and like we say
So technically the turnaround was the I have a business speech. I remember it. I remember like it was yesterday. So we're talking about something and I do bring up stuff in the wrong way. And Mike will stay in joke mode. Like if shit gets serious, Mike stays in joke mode. So I was still in joke mode while, Dylan's talking about it. Cause right now I am more of, I'm just like, I'm a comedian, always being funny and stuff like that, staying up late, not being a professional about it. And Dylan is giving some, like, you're giving this, talk about, we got things to do. We need to be efficient. And I'm still sitting there joking. And then he goes into this. He's like, brother, I got a business. I got a family to feed. Like this is, and then, when I met Dylan, Dylan is a videographer. He's in my opinion, the best.
only in your opinion, but yeah.
In my opinion, the best videographer in our fucking area. So when he charges, like when he goes and works with other people, it is four what do you call it? 4 digits?
Yeah,
four digits. That's what the cost of work is per day. Going along with Mike, nothing for free.
Zero.
For free, $0. You're not making anything. Honestly, you're just losing patience, like losing patience and money. So he laid down the whole. I remember it too. He's like, I got a business, and he's like, this takes away from my business, and that's when it was like, oh yeah, no, I see now. And then,
well, and the big thing is like literally from day one of like just meeting you and then like seeing what you had in mind for that and then just continuing to work with you. I always and I still do see the potential in what us working together equals out to, like the cool shit that we're gonna do, and I still feel that way.
I'll kiss you right now.
The hard part is that like I was not making anything, but like I was there, and like I was always willing to like donate my time and make sure that we were making the right strides to like achieving that dream that we both see as our future. But yeah, there's been a few times, and I think it was because the normal people that are around you just are like coattails, like wherever we can go, like we'll be here, and so like whatever Mike wants to do, fuck it, we'll just kind of ride along with him. But like I was like, no, dude, like I'm either in it to do what we're actually saying we're gonna do, or I'm out.
Well, talk about like when I met Amy, and now I'm hanging around all these people, even people that are my age who have their shit together. That's what caused me to be like, oh fuck, I feel like shit. Like I feel like a loser. I gotta fucking push myself up again. Well, then I pushed myself up, and I pushed myself up too far, to a far enough place where I'm not. And you're a creator. You're not around all these other creators. I don't know all these other people in my area that are creating, so I'm now going places. People are like, oh, fuck it. It's you. And then I'm hanging around people I don't normally hang around. And all the people I was hanging around, literally asked Dylan, not a single one had a job. One had a job, kinda. But not a single one of them had a job. And I didn't realize from that I was slowly bringing myself back down to the people that I was hanging out with before. And I'm going to tell you right now, look, if you listen to this podcast and you ain't got your shit together, you do need to look at the people that you're hanging around with, because that is misery loves company, man. And until you can surround yourself, once you start surrounding yourselves with professionals and shit like that, then you start feeling bad about, like, if you say 9 o'clock and you get there at 10 o'clock, 9:45, you're like, fuck, I fucked up. I mean, you start kicking yourself in the ass for it, where then it was just like, whenever I show up, it happens. It's literally the people that you surround yourself with that do, make you want to be better.
Yeah. And I think there's, a double-edged sword. There's people that take themselves far too seriously, and then there's people who don't take themselves seriously enough. And like, it wasn't that the people that you were hanging around with were bad. I think they were bad for you at the time that you were hanging around with, like in that circle and what was going on, professional, personal, like it just was not the right place and for you to continue to be who you wanted to be.
Right.
Like, and you had that goal, but like, it was kind of keeping you, it was actually bringing you back more closer to your roots of growing up rather than where you're looking to like, be in the end and show your kids. And so, it's not any shade against those people, because like for some people, that's where they belong. Like, that's where they enjoy, that's where they're happy. And like, I'm not telling anybody to change like who they want. If you enjoy that, fucking do you. But with what you were trying to accomplish with your
just to
professional
let
career,
people be clear, when I die, I want history to like at least be a fucking footnote and goddamn something.
Yeah.
Like I want to be there. I want to have something that's like, you know, this guy did this after I'm gone. You know, once I die, I mean, even now that I don't create, you know, if someone sees me, they're like, Felonious Falafel, Michael Wright. They're like, forklift guy. I want to get to that point where when somebody sees me, they know my motherfucking name. Like that's, and I say, you know, I do hate it, but that's what I want to do in history. Like I want to have something like that. And to be able to achieve that takes a different, way different dedication than I had back then, a way different work ethic than I had back then. And something that I'm still to this day trying to work on, getting better with the work. And I feel like I am getting a lot better. We come in here at night and we're fucking shooting shit. We're here, what is it, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it's 12. Quarter after 12.
Yeah. And then we're going to be here at 9 o'clock in the morning shooting fucking skits and shit like that. It's getting up and just doing the fucking work, eating the shit. And honestly, we've ate a lot of shit.
A fuck ton.
Yeah, a fuck ton. And I'm just like, man, you know, we don't have the quit in us. Hopefully it does start fucking turning around. God, fingers crossed. It does start turning around. But I do think with us, you know, putting in the work and the different things that we've done, I think we now have the skill set that we didn't have when we were doing like the real good shit. I think we do have that skill set now that we're going to turn that fucking tide. We've also went through the shit enough where I was just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck what people, I don't give a fuck if this upsets people. I'm not trying to please everybody anymore. I know the people that I want to make laugh. I'm going to make them fucking laugh. Fuck everybody else. That's essentially Mike's villain arc. And it's going to be some very dark, weird shit because that's the shit I like. So, and I 100% know that, you know, with Dylan, not only is it going to be funny, it's going to be fucking great because I don't know if you guys know this, but all the really crazy shit that you've seen where Mike is on camera together with each other. I know it's not been a lot of videos.
I think the best one, and I don't know whether you did put it back up, was the roofer on the news. Because everybody loves that little ticker at the bottom where it
changes shit, man. And that's fucking Dylan's touch right there. The psychedelic one.
I even wrote it all in there,
The psychedelic one, remember that one where it goes to the big trip fucking session, bro? That's Dylan shit right there. And that is what makes already the shit that Dylan shot, where it's like, this is a fucking, you know, this is a fucking skit. This looks really, really fucking good. And then he has shot it like that. He has fucking planned it out. Yes, Mike had to get dressed 16 times. I could have got dressed 16 times using technology that I have, and it would look dog shit, brother. And then he's adding these things to it, which takes it to a whole nother level. Like, you're like, fuck. You're like, oh, fuck, a studio did this. And it's just like, Dylan's like, I am the studio.
I'm so glad that we timed that fucking fentanyl whatever pocket
you made it perfect.
Routine. I am so glad that it worked because there's so many ways that could have went wrong and it worked.
That was when I saw that, and it's just like perfect. Camera to camera, I'm playing both characters, and it looks like we are standing face to face having this conversation, shooting back and forth, and it looks like in real time I take the fucking fentanyl and I hit the cop in the face with it right there, bam, and
Mike,
that did great on literally everything we put it on though.
Yeah.
And if it would have done better if the title of the we brought back the old YouTube and we're looking at titles like Country Boy versus Cop. I'm like, who the fuck? Like, if someone sees that title, they're not, you know, now we know how to make it more clickbaity for YouTube because it's gay and it's a gay platform. Listen, but we know how to do like thumbnails and shit like that too. So like I said, I think eating the shit has gave us more skills to now when we do this, like, we fucking do it. And as you know, we start leveling this shit up. We start bringing people in. And once again, like I said, if you're close to Lexington and you're like, fuck, I'm all fucking in, come on down. Like, fucking come shoot some goddamn skits. We don't give a fuck. MikeandDylan.com, MikeandDylan.com. Come on down. But
come on down.
I think as it starts to grow and shit like that, and we start to, you know, get more resources and shit, that's when we're going to be able to fucking really like put it down to where People watch other people's shit and they're like, yeah, but it's not as good as Mike and Dylan.
There's a 48-hour film festival coming up in October 3rd through 5th.
Well, that's
Greensboro.
Yeah, listen, that's my daughter's birthday, so
Oh,
yeah.
not doing that one.
In Greensboro,
Mhm.
I could probably do it.
48 hours. So Friday night to Sunday night.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay there all day.
No, you have to legit start fucking filming like as soon as it starts.
Wait, what? What is it?
It's a 48-hour film festival, so you have to like literally you get your prompt for what you're making a movie on Friday at like 8 p.m. and then you have to submit a finished film by Sunday at 8 p.m.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We always have my daughter's birthday at the end. Look, I can make it up to her. This is the type of shit, bro. No. With the mortgage and everything, I was like, look, in movies, there's always that. What's the prize?
Oh, nothing. Not a good
Okay, I don't give a fuck. Look, but that would have been destiny right there.
Well, it's October.
Yeah,
so
it would
it's
have
still been.
It'd been too late. Look,
You're already gonna be homeless by then.
Yeah, I'd be homeless. But look, we gotta fucking do it, bro. Because once again, if we get we gotta rub elbows with people that fucking get molested and shit by producers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know you guys love us, but we might have to suck one dick to get into Hollywood. It sucks, but
reach around at Denny's.
Yeah, we're already professionals at it. Some old guy's gonna be like, "You're really good at this." I'm like, "Well, yeah, we'll go to Denny's a lot, and." That sounds fun as fuck, dude.
You haven't seen me behind the Denny's before?
So it's just me and you. We get a prompt and then we go out.
Is it just us two that's going to pull this thing off?
Who else are we going to bring?
I mean, literally we can get like Scott and the other Dylan and like we can get crew.
I think the smallest skeleton crew that we use to beat everybody makes more of a statement than if we showed up, you know what I'm saying, with a whole bunch of volunteer people.
See, the one thing that I would love to do is have somebody that can be editing while we're shooting. Because, like, that's the big thing is editing takes so fucking long. And so, like, I want us to be able to continue to shoot and then have somebody that's already working on
so we'd have to shoot in order.
You don't have to. You can do scenes.
So they're just going to be, like, doing color grading and audio and shit like that while we're doing it?
And setting up scenes. So, like, if we've covered like that would be the thing of having multiple cameras so that we can shoot a scene like 3 cameras rolling all at once. So
I think the best thing we could do for like the shorts and shit like that is if we had like a audio guy that was bought into. That'd be the biggest, or another person to help you with camera and lighting. Fuck. Okay, so if we had like 3 people bought in, 3 more, that's all we need is we need an audio guy,
we need a
lighting guy, and then we need fuck that shit. We don't need an editor.
We need a fucking editor.
No, I've seen so many people say they're a goddamn editor and then you shit on them.
Yeah.
Well, you fucking shit on them. Like,
I can polish at the end. But like,
why are we going to tell? Like that's the shitty thing too, is like to bring a guy in and be like, you're not as good as this guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's different phases of things. Like it's one thing to like, and it's almost like my wife is so good at putting shit together and fucking like troubleshooting things with her voice commands. She says, "Hey honey, can you help me with this?" And I fucking put it all together. Like that's the same thing with me as I could technically tell somebody like, "Hey, this is the scene. Look for the good spots. Put it all together."
All right, so we need 4 people bought in.
Yeah.
All right. So we need another
editor. Number 1 is the fucking first thing.
We do need an editor, but like,
because imagine right now our podcast could be substantially bigger if we had an editor that was cutting out clips from every single one of these episodes and sharing them and doing the work.
And by the way, you're free to do that if you want to. Steal clips on these podcasts. You want to run them through like Oba's Clips or something like that. Start your own Mike and Dylan channel. Yeah, you can have all the money from that too. We don't even give a fuck.
No, just help us grow.
Yeah, we don't care about that. Steal the content all day long. They steal my felonious falafel shit all the time.
Yeah.
God,
where are the
fucking Nigerian and Indian guys that are stealing Mike and Dylan stuff? That's what we need. Fuck, I want to do that, man. I want to do that little film fest thing.
We can.
I
wanted to.
I'll go tell Amy about it, and just I'll talk with my daughter.
It's literally going to be the whole weekend though. Like we're going to have to be very strategic about it. But yeah.
Duh. Yeah.
But yeah, if we can crank it out in 48, which neither of us sleep, so
yeah, we don't. That's one good thing too. Is like we're gonna be
we're up all night.
Yeah, okay. And it's like, how did y'all create this?
Well, we slept between
like how much time did y'all get for sleep? And you're like, sleep. We slept 30 minutes before this thing, and then we just didn't sleep again.
Are you guys on drugs? No,
that's just
surprisingly
pure ADHD. pure just, I don't know, existential dread just keeps us up.
Being broke.
We panic through this. Honestly, we could put my daughter in the movie too. And she'll enjoy that. Be like,
what I
hey,
was
why don't you
thinking.
do this with us? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna ask her. I'm like, hey, that's how I'll get.
That's your
That's how I
birthday
get Amy to get.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, for your birthday, how about
You want to be in a film?
yeah,
We
come
can
be in
make
this
a
film with
movie?
us. We're gonna make a movie.
You know, if you were anybody but her father, that would sound weird.
That would, yeah. That was what was hard about getting women for the skits that we had. It's like, hey girl,
So
sup, you want to be in a skit? What's a skit? It's like a small video. Are you gonna rate me? No. I'm just gonna have you say things. And
the title of it is XXX.
right, yeah. The what's this? I don't know.
Should I give you the title, the actual title that'll go on the webpage that it's on, or
Yeah, it's just gonna be on YouTube. You know, I'm a YouTuber. Huh?
YouPorn.
Yeah. There you go. YouPorn. I'd fuck up and say that. Someone said maybe we say this wrong, but it says MHDHD fantasy. It's MADHD. Mike and Dylan, hey, John, maybe they just mistyped it. It's okay. Look, I still love you. Hey, Mike and Dylan, Patreon member number 8 here. Oh, shit. Yes, I looked when I signed up to see how many paying members there were, and it said 8, so I'm claiming that spot.
Well, now that
8
there's
is
only
actually
4,
my favorite number. Have I already stated 8 was my favorite number, and they're saying it because of that?
Well, now that there's only 4, are you still number 8? Or
What do you mean?
no, if there's only 4 Patreon subscribers,
There's way more than 4. There's like 25 or something on Patreon.
I'm being patronizing.
I've heard Mike mention football and the Carolina Panthers before. And
No, don't get him started.
This is actually before last episode, so they would not have known that Carolina Panthers is like a key word to have Mike get angry. So
This will be the next episode.
yes,
Yeah.
but this is recorded before last episode was shown to them, before they had a chance to see last episode.
Yeah, but they are going to hear that last episode before they hear this one.
Oh yeah, so they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, I hope he doesn't see where I fucking triggered him." All right. Okay. So I've heard Mike mention football and Carolina Panthers before, and was wondering if you would get together some listeners to start a fantasy league. I'm not sure if Dylan would be interested because he doesn't mention sports, but it's just a suggestion. Love the pod. Keep it up, Kyle. Well, Kyle, listen, that would be a beautiful thing if I had time to.
You guys can.
Yeah.
You guys, we would love for you to have MADHD
Fantasy league. Yes, Mike, unfortunately, is in a bit of a pickle right now. I do not have time to, he was just like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm in my fantasy league.
Yeah.
Should I just leave you right now? Like, probably. Probably. I cannot get this together
Are you
to save
going
my
to
life.
stay while they foreclose on the house?
Right, yeah. It's just like, it's okay. It's the fantasy league. Look, it's for, you don't see the vision.
I've learned about squatters' rights, and so we're just going to...
Yeah, we could squat. We could squat all day long. But also, I do want to say, you will see from the last episode, I love the Carolina Panthers. I know everything about Carolina Panther history. I watch every game. I am not a football fan. I love the Carolina Panthers. I love the game of football. I'm not, if it's not, my team's not playing, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. It could be the most spectacular fucking game ever. People could be like, it's the greatest game that's ever happened ever. I don't give a fuck. I don't watch Super
Do
Bowl.
you watch any other sports, like basketball or college basketball?
College basketball, if UNC's playing. And then we don't have a NBA, or we don't have an MLB team. We have an NBA team. I'm not watching that. Look, the Hornets have never been anything. And then I watch.
You're all Carolina.
All Carolina. I know. Yeah, I don't believe people are actual fans if they're like, like Ohio State and Duke for football, or Ohio State for college basketball, Duke for football, Kansas City for NFL, and then they're just going through a list of powerhouses. I'm just like, don't know how that happens. Oh, well, my great uncle, he was, and my grandpa and my dad, and then, my brother. And then one day when I was a kid, and then all these you had this Slumdog Millionaire life where you just liked all the best teams. Shut the fuck up, bro. Maybe you are a person that just likes who's popular. Okay. And listen, other people can talk shit about that because it is corny and that is kind of selling out. And all the teams that I just rattled off have been shit for a while now. They have been shit for a while now. The usual one that's not shit for us is UNC, and they're going through a bit of a shit pickle, okay? It's okay. I still, through thick or thin, stick with them. That's just my thing, all right?
So wait, there's no baseball team?
No, we do not have a baseball team, an MLB team. All the colleges have teams.
40,000 minor league teams.
Brother, there's nothing for stake. Like there, you know what I'm saying?
There's, what do we got? the Winston-Salem Dash, the Greensboro Grasshoppers, the
High Point Rockers.
High Point Rockers, the Thomasville High Toms, the fucking Lexington has one now too. The Hog.
I bet I could go throw a pitch at one of those.
A Hog Town or something like that.
And then when they announce my name, like you hear 4 people out of the whole thing clap. I'll never do that shit again, bro. Oh my god, that's all.
Again?
The fucking
You've done it
Spooky
before?
Woods.
Oh,
When they had me go up on that thing.
I didn't get to. I wasn't there for that one.
And I'm like, brother, listen, if you have, say you have 1 million followers, okay, and there's 350 million people in America, that literally means 1 out of 350 people know who you are. And I tried to explain this to them, like, cool, it's good if we're doing like ads and stuff like that. But if we're just doing like I'm there, hey, not a lot of people gonna know who I am. And then I get out on that thing and then they're announcing it and I didn't want to do it. And like 4 people clapped and I just wanted to kill myself and get off that fucking stage. I'm like, I would rather become part of this haunted attraction than ever do that again. Like, just kill me right now. And then he's like, yeah, throw these beads at people. So I'm like pelting children with beads trying to get off that fucking bridge as fast as I could. Thank God. Like, my daughter went up there and she was like, I just had the time of my life. And I was like, that's great. And I'm not, listen, I am not a, ooh, look, people know who I am type of person. All right. I am a friendly guy. I'll be friendly if you meet. I'll shake your hand. I'll make a joke about, sucking your dick, eating cake with my butthole, something like that. Some crazy shit. Okay. But I'm not seeking that. I am not going anywhere. I am not like, let me put on any kind of gear that even shows who I am. I love when I shave my face and people don't recognize me, even though for some reason people recognize me more. I'm like, oh, I'm in incognito mode. That's why after that, I did love the Spooky Woods thing because it's dark.
Yeah.
And he said, we're welcome this year. Anytime we want to come.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Without all the
Without
extra...
it, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he donated some stuff to my daughter's school.
Oh, that's cool.
He's just a really good dude. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun to dress up though, and to like be like a zombie out there.
That I wanted to do that at least once, and I guess all we have to do is just go by the makeup thing.
Yeah, we can be for performers instead of.
Do you want to do that, like at a spook? Just like.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Last time it was fucking cold though, man. That was.
That last time that we went?
No, it wasn't. It was pleasant.
Yeah, no, I don't remember it being cold.
God, how many times?
The one time it did get cold though was when it was like when we walked through that water feature and got soaked.
Yeah, and we got fucking soaked. That pipe was leaking. That's what I remember.
And our feet got wet.
And also, I'm thinking about the Christmas, Christmas one. That one was fucking.
I didn't go to that one.
That one hurt. I was like, listen, I don't know what global warming's doing, but it's not doing enough. I'm trying to have Florida winters down here. All right. So this last bit of advice we're going to get on before we wrap this whole thing up is, should I? That's it. Look, tantalize me, daddy. Like, that's all I want. I want to be tantalized. I see should I? I'm like, I don't know what they should. So I'm ready to read this story.
Tantalized.
Hey, Mike, you tubby roll. Okay, that's an insult, so I got to get this right. Hey, Mike, you tubby roly-poly lacking a beard writing Dylan, I don't have one because you don't have a last name. Okay. It's Mike, you tubby roly-poly lacking a beard right. That was the whole one. Not that good.
Well,
not that good. You're going to have to... What was the other one?
You tubby... I can't remember.
You got to get that one because that one was fucking... And then Dylan, I don't have a last name because you don't have a last name. I'm pretty sure if you just like Google the podcast, you find out his last name. So I've been listening to the podcast for a while, and they always ask for comments and people to rate their podcast. Should I comment on their stuff or just keep not doing it and laughing my ass off under my wheel helmet at work? P.S. Conspiracy theory. Y'all had a big turnout at the reach around behind the Denny's, but are pretending so more people come out to the next one. Clever fellas. That did not happen. I was not exhausted the next podcast, which was shot the next day. So that's how you know. If I was giving it my all with a bunch of reach arounds,
I totally thought that one guy in the blue car was coming.
Like, I really think he was, and he just didn't see us because he stopped and like waited and turned around.
I was like,
if he would have just looked at the parking lot next to him at the Ruby Tuesdays,
yeah,
he'd have been like, there they are, just sitting. We watched him.
We need to go ahead and invest in sandwich boards. Well, obviously next time we're gonna plan it not on fucking Father's Day.
And we're probably going to do it like months ahead of time and like hype it up.
And not at a fucking closed down restaurant.
And probably on a Saturday.
Did not jive together.
Probably on a Saturday, not at a closed restaurant, maybe in a field somewhere.
Not on Father's Day.
Definitely not on Father's Day.
Well, see, that was the thing with my class reunion is like everybody's talking about it and they're like, oh, yeah, maybe next time we'll do it at like this place or this place or this place. And like we had ours at a camp spot. Like not.
Let's do like a spooky dookie march through Lexington on like Saturday, the Saturday before Halloween. We all dress up like turds or something like that.
Like legit turds?
Like just pieces of shit. Just this podcast is shit. Look, and we all dress up like shits, and we all just fucking march through Lexington.
So we're wearing like the Clever Sykes outfit?
We're all dressed like turds, like actual dookie. Maybe we could paper mache them.
Oh, that'd be cool.
People come with their paper mache turd
we could make
costumes.
Really cool paper mache turd costumes.
I don't know.
Are we going like turd emoji or like realistic turd?
Dookie, like, yeah, I want shit. And just crazy shit costumes. Everybody has crazy, just doo-doo costumes. And
we could get the news out for that thing.
We could. And
we should protest something in the thing. Like be
holy
mad
shit,
about
we
something.
should protest the stupidest thing. Let's have the stupidest fucking protest in Lexington. Let's protest
Being closed on Mondays? No.
Fuck yeah. Oh, no. God. Look, we're going to think of the protest. If somebody, look, send in your best protest ideas.
Man, we could like totally get fucked in Lexington by like talking shit about the barbecue.
We
would be like cast out of the city.
Yeah, we would be thrown out. But guys, send in your best thing that we could protest. Innocuous, okay? Nothing political.
Yeah, nothing
Make
actual.
it super fucking innocuous.
I think this is actually a good idea.
Look, mandatory. Look, no. Okay, because so many people are mad about the pit bull thing. So let's do. Toddlers need to be mandatorily trained on how to
act around a
self-defense against pit bulls. That's it. That's what it is.
Old people too.
Yeah. Old people and pit bulls have to have mandatory training. But how do we come up with a protest?
But it needs to be worded in a way that it's like, something about them getting along. Like
by the next podcast, we will have this fleshed out. All right. So guys, look, I think we settled it. The weekend, the Saturday before Halloween.
It's basically 2 months away.
2 months away. Over 2 months away. We will flesh this out more. We will come up with slogans for it. We will start paper macheing our costumes. Yeah, we will start making our signs. Paper macheing costumes. This is it, guys. This is the
reach around behind Denny's that never
happened, except for we're all going to dress like Dookie, and then we're going to
protest
for the mandatory training of toddlers and old people against pit bulls.
What is it called? It's like it's not diversity training. It's like talking about training like at work where you're like training
sensitivity training.
Yeah, but toddler sensitivity training for pit bull something or other.
I don't know. Or train pit bulls sensitivity training for pit bulls to stop eating toddlers and old people. But we got to have it obviously spell out something funny. Like the fat cock protest or something like that. And we're all dressed like shit. I don't know why we're dressed like shit.
Are we actually going to do this?
We are going to do this. Maybe we got to make it like form to Dookie now.
Do you really think that like...
No! Look, we have half the people. Look, I'll lead the baby squad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be dressed like babies. Okay. I'll be the part of the baby squad. You be part of the old people squad. And then we'll have some people dressed as pit bulls. However many wants to come as pit bulls. But some have to be babies. Some have to be old people. And then it's like a march. But like the babies and the old people are kind of running.
Oh, they're racing each other?
No, yeah. And the pit bulls are behind us.
We mean you no harm.
Right.
We mean you no harm.
We want to coexist. And it's the coexistence of old peoples. And I don't know. We got to think about this. Listen, guys, if you want to support us on Patreon, you can go to Patreon /Mike and Dylan, or just look us up on Patreon. Also, if you want advice, also, if you want to submit your wildest sex experience, go to mikeanddylan.com, MikeandDylan.com. If you want to talk more about the ideas behind this march we're going to have the weekend before Halloween, Join the subreddit MADHD. That's a easier place to access me and Dylan, as long as you don't like back-to-back spam some memes. Because there's only so many I can comment on, guy. I don't know.
Pickle Rick.
Yeah, Pickle Rick that does it. He's probably like, man, Mike's not talking all. Because you do a lot, brother. You're very passionate about posting memes. I can't keep up with all that stuff. And also, if you go to laborllama.com, LABORLAMA.com, you can find this gear that we made for hardworking individuals. We have a promo code MADHD30, gets 30% off anything in the store. And we love you, and we will see you next time.
Later.
Got to think about this protest, brother.